Hey guys, and welcome to the channel, and welcome to another Star Citizen video. So in today's video, we're going to talk about doing a full salvage run, and by that I mean we are going to strip the guns, we are going to strip the components, we are going to do the RMC, and we're going to take the construction material and make a full run off of maybe we'll start slow and do a 1K or a 5K mission, maybe something above that if time allows. I don't want to make this video too long. But the purpose is I want to show what the full gameplay of the salvage loop actually is and how much fun it actually can be. Now, we don't ever hear too much about it because it's not very profitable to take these weapons and sell them. It's not very profitable to take these components. Why? I'm not sure. Some of these components could be worth quite a bit of money. The weapons as well, but they sell for just a tiny fraction of what, you originally purchased them for. And I feel like they're missing such a great part of the game loop on salvage by, making these items such, devalued in price. It can be probably one of the best loops in the game that you can do in Star Citizen. So I want to show you kind of the full loop. We're going to go through, we're going to pick a mission, we're going to strip everything off the ship, and then we're going to sell it. I'm going to take you through selling it, where you have to sell it at. And it's a little bit time consuming because you got to go to some places to sell these different items. The RMC is one place, the construction materials is one place, and then, a platinum bay or something like that to sell components. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you through this salvage loop. Okay guys, we are here in our salvage menu, and we had a lot of offers here for salvage. We had like 22 salvage missions, and decided to go with this one right here. We are going to go with the Origin 300i. We should have some components with this. We should have some weapons, and we should be able to get a little collection of RMC and CM so that we can see what a total package is. Remember, we're not doing this to try to do for profit per se, but it's more to see what the gameplay would be like, to see just, again, what they could actually do with it if they just balanced out the profit between the components and the weapons and things like that. So let's get on this, and I will see you guys when we get on site. Okay guys, we are here on site at our 300i, and I believe this is one of the ships that do not have physicalized components, so like the shields, quantum drive, stuff like that. It's not going to have its components as it's an older ship. It probably doesn't have the gold pass. It's probably going to take them quite a long time to actually get these type of components installed in all these older ships. But what it does have is the weapons. So we are definitely going to do this salvage claim right here, and we're going to strip these weapons off, and I'll at least get to show you what the weapons are. And if I have time, I don't want to make this video too long, I'll see if I can find something like a cutter or something that maybe has the physicalized components as it's a newer ship, and I will take those components and I can show you kind of what those sell for as well. Alright guys, so we're going to get out here and we are going to get these weapons completely taken off, okay? And you can see we've got a couple of missiles here. We got a Strike Force 2 missile. Looks like we got another Strike Force 2 missile over there. So we're going to pull this stuff off. We're going to start with this Shredder repeater. So we were able to get that off. Now, so it was in one patch you were having to go into the ship and actually unlock it, but I think they changed that since the ships are actually soft death now, that you don't have to. So we are going to drop this in here. You can see it's a pretty big gun, so we're going to drop that right there. And remember guys, these things, they do tend to, especially when the ship's moving, they do tend to bounce around a little bit, so don't freak out too much. They'll be fine. They will read. So we're going to grab this size 3 Panther repeater. Now these aren't small, these are size 3s. Okay, so we're going to get in here. We're going to try to stack these over here so that when we get the rest of the material, we can eject that and get a complete load here. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. That, you know, the gameplay is, you know, being able to like salvage individual things off this, and maybe one day there'll be other components and things that, you know, we'll be able to sell for money, or like maybe things that are worth a little bit more, like certain types of material off of the hull. Maybe the hull will give you more than just two types of material, you know. It's kind of like that thing where you can, you know, the interior could be made with, like, say, copper wire, and you can grab that copper wire off. So just something that could be really cool for them to do in the future. It's something that I can see them possibly doing, maybe in like a, you know, tier 3 or final tier or something like that. Also, maybe we would be able to pick which materials that we actually get to suck up into the, you know, the extractors here. Okay, we're gonna drop that there. That is not one to stay. Let's see if we can get that. I'm not gonna have too many construction materials here, so if you figured out a way to stack them neatly, you could probably get a couple of shiploads before you actually had to go back and actually sell this stuff, right? So, do we want to grab the missiles? Why not? They're here. They're worth something. So these are size 2 strike force. We're gonna grab them. So there is our missile. Hopefully these things do not explode, but we're gonna find out. Okay, we're gonna drop that in there, and we've got one more missile that I saw to go. Now, guys, I'm not like an expert on this or anything. This is not the type of gameplay I do, because right now we know that these, you know, doing all this is usually not worth it. You know, it's easier just to suck up the RMC, get the mission, and go. But I'm so interested in this gameplay for later. You know, salvaging a big ship with friends and ripping all the guns off and stuff like that is just going to be awesome when it's actually worth doing. Okay, you can see, and like I said, they're bouncing around a little bit, but they tend to settle. So that is everything that I can strip off the outside. Again, there's no components on this one, so we're not going to get to see the components, but that's okay. The components are, they're not worth hardly anything. And if I'm able to show at the end of this, I'll try to see if I can find something, a cutter or something that has some components that I can sell. So let's close this up. So I'm going to step away from the ship a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and get this RMC and get this construction material. And most of you guys know how to do this. I don't want to make the video that long. I don't like making like super long videos. I just want this to be informative. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to strip this off, and I'll be back with you once I get it done. Okay, guys, the full salvage is complete, and let me show you what we ended up with. So we got the 2 size 2 missiles, we got the 2 size 3 weapons, and the 1 size 4 weapon. We luckily picked up a 2 SCU container of gold. So this is a 2 SCU container of gold right here. And so long story short, the cargo bay of the 300 was bugged. There was no ability to drop the cargo bay in that ship, or at least right now. Maybe it's a bug in this patch, but it's something to look for. I always tell you guys to check for the cargo, because you never know when you're going to run across a 1 SCU, 2 SCU of Quantanium, especially in these smaller ships. I find them all the time, so they do spawn more often than not. But you can see right here, we picked up a whole whopping 0.3 RMC, so the recycled material composite. That was, we didn't even get 1 SCU off the skin of the ship. I still think some of these ships are bugged when it comes to RMC. I think some of the ships give a lot more than others. Maybe it's something I need to test. I thought maybe it'd have something to do with like maybe the military ships having thicker hulls, thicker armors, but I don't think they've even thought that far ahead yet when it comes to it. I think some just have more than others. We did manage to grab almost 3 SCU of construction materials. Now we know that construction materials in this patch, which is 323, is not worth very much. But hey, it's a little bit. It was already there. The construction materials literally took me like 15 seconds to get, so it was worth just, grabbing as we go. So I'll get these out of the container. The 2 that I have, the construction materials. Not gonna make you guys watch that, and I will see you guys when we get to where we're gonna start selling some of this stuff, and we'll see kind of what we got off of it, what these weapons are selling for, what these missiles are selling for, what we managed to grab off this 2 SCU of gold. And yeah, let's just see how it goes and see. It's just amazing what they could do with the gameplay here, and I'm really hoping, just what they have right now gets balanced out. Okay guys, salvage has been fully complete. We are here. We're going to start out here at Dumper's Depot. We should be able to sell all of our weapons and stuff here, and we're going to see what we can actually get for them. I'm not expecting very much at all. I don't know why they're nerfed so much as far as reselling this stuff, but I mean, it keeps anybody from really wanting to do it and playing the full game loop of salvage. So I hope they have something better in mind. But let's get in here. Let's see if we can get this stuff sold. So okay, area 18, we need to select our vulture. Also, do not forget to store your ship. Sometimes if you don't store it, it will not read at these terminals. So just keep that in mind. So we got the vulture. Don't forget to click sell. You need to make sure that sell button is clicked. And here we go. So we've got our repeaters right here, our 3 guns, and we got our 2 missiles that we took off. And you can see the missiles are worth nothing. Why even worry about those, right? And then the shredder was actually, 2.5K. That was kind of worth just stripping off. But the these size 3s, you would think size 3s would be worth a lot more. But, it is what it is. It's a little extra cash if you're doing the full game loop. But it's worth it better to have the space in your ship for the RMC and construction materials versus trying to just worry about, slapping guns in there. So we're going to go ahead and sell all this stuff real fast. We are obviously not getting our money back from that mission, but that's okay. I wanted to just go through this and show you guys what I was talking about as far as, what the gameplay actually could be. So all that is completely sold. Now I'll run over here right before we get done with this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and sell the construction materials real fast. That's one thing I do love about Area 18. Everything is in such close proximity to each other. It's so easy to get to, and it's just a great location and all. So this is usually where I start in every single patch. So let's get over there and sell that construction material. Okay guys, we are here at like the Art Corp. I call it the commodity terminal. So we're gonna go here. This is also where you go up these elevators and you can buy new ship weapons and stuff like that. But we're gonna get in here. We're gonna select our location, a Drake Vulture, and you can see we have 4 SCUs, and this was X'd out because we had those weapons sitting in there. And even though I've sold those weapons and they're gone, it still it still shows there. So there's our our gold right here. We're gonna have to sell that at the TDD, but our construction materials can be sold here. So we got 3K for that. So we've got about what, 8K, 9K or something like that right now as far as the mission goes. We're hopefully this gold, I forget what gold is selling for, but hopefully that gold will at least maybe let us break even in our mission. So there we go. That is sold. So now I'm going to get over here. I'll just take you guys with me. This is not a far little run here. We're going to go right in here to the TDD. And again, this is why I like this location, right? So there was the commodity like terminals, and then you have your TDD literally, hop, skipping, and jumping away here. So we're going to get in here. Open Mr. Door. Looks like somebody's having some fun. Somebody drop a hostile AI maybe off in here. Nope, we're good. They've been doing that lately. Dropping some hostiles off in the places where you can't shoot back. I'm sure that'll be fixed in the next patch though. So we're going to select our location again. We're going to go to the Drake Vulture. And there's our gold that we can sell, and we can sell our gold for about 15k. So we definitely made a small profit, like, you know, 5-6k profit. I'm not going to sit here and do the math. It wasn't enough to even bother, but we did make a small profit here. We didn't lose any money, so that was good. So we're going to go ahead and confirm. We're going to sell that. And there we go, transaction accepted. And a little bit of profit and some fun gameplay in the works as we kind of went along with this. So guys, I really hope that helps you out if you're looking at Salvage. I really just wanted to make the video to show what the gameplay, like the full gameplay loop could be if you're not familiar with it. With all the videos you see, most people are just going, even the last one I did, people are just going around, you know, grabbing the construction materials, and especially right now, just the, you know, recycled materials. But the gameplay loop can be so much fun, especially if you're doing like a full hammerhead in a big ship with a group of friends. You know, it can be some fun gameplay. I just hope they really work out, you know, the balance of what things sell for, because it just makes some of that stuff just makes it not worth even trying to touch. So thanks guys, I appreciate all the support with everything. I hope this video helped some of you guys out if you hadn't even thought about doing that. Also, don't forget to check the cargo on all the ships. Just like I said, you know, we got, you know, 2 SEO gold that helped us break even on there. You find really good materials on there. So yeah, again, thanks for the support. I appreciate everything. Thanks for the comments and everything. Let me know what you think about Salvage. Let me know what you think they should do with it for the next tier of Salvage. As always, guys, I will see you on the next video.